Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Nook podcast. It's been a while. We're also on the PS5 now because we finally have new technology that we can't afford.
We did it. We finally upgraded.
It picked that up, which is what's going to be concerning.
Did it actually?
Yeah, I watched
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, I watched it do it.
Ooh.
Anyway, that was creepy. I'm your host as ever, Peppermint A, joined once again by the Obsidian Nook, who you heard whisper down your ears. If you couldn't guess that she had an ASMR channel that's pretty much dead in the water.
Well, no. Let's not say it's dead, but I'm trying to revive it. You know.
How long has it been since you made an ASMR video?
156 days ago.
Which is about
However long ago that was.
5 months ago.
Yeah, but I was taking a break.
Any excuse. And what was the gap before then? Probably twice as long.
No, it was only about a month or two.
Exactly, that's my point. Anyway,
And what has happened?
Has it? Actually, yes. This year has been hell.
I was like, don't make me point it out again.
I forget it all happened this year.
The scroll out.
I forget it all happened this year. Jesus Christ.
Just have a scroll under the bed of all the shit stuff that happened.
Yeah.
It gets longer every year.
New year, new problems. We don't do New Year's resolutions. We just hope that this year isn't going to kill us.
I was doing it every teenager, and every year they'd be like, "What's your New Year's resolution?"
I'm going to get healthy.
Get fit, lose weight, eat healthy.
And then it's like chocolate.
and then you get to the end of January and you're like, what's the fucking point?
I didn't even bother because I knew I wouldn't be able to keep it up. Anyway, speaking of fantasies that don't come true, get my segue, we are covering Fantasy Island, a film that you've had on your back burner for a while. You don't even know what that means. It's one where you've been sat there going, I don't know if I want to keep this.
Well, the thing is, when it first came out, obviously, you all know my mum. My mum got it for me.
God forbid we go one episode where she doesn't talk about her mother. Anyway, please continue.
She's dead.
She is she is very dead, about 4 years dead.
Yeah, very corpsey.
I'm also recovering from a cough, so
I'm sorry. We have a really weird sense of humour, okay? So don't kick us in the comments for that.
Nobody
it's just
watches
how we
these.
Deal.
Nobody watches these.
But anyway.
People will watch this. Anyway, yeah, go on.
Yeah, but anyway, I had it on DVD, seen it like once, and then I just said to you, we'll do it again, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it or not. And I was right. I didn't really want to keep it. It is a thriller, and it is a fuck of a DVD. Bit like Triangle with the mind fuck.
If you're a long time listener, take your mind back to when we covered Triangle about 100 episodes ago.
But yeah, sorry, I don't even pick up the...
I'm trying to cough away, I move away from the mic to breathe.
But yeah, I just, obviously if you watch Pretty Little Liars, we know Lucy Hale's in it, who played Aria. And there's other actors that you recognise, but I didn't recognise, so... Yeah.
Oh my god, sorry. I'm sticky as well. How is it September and it's still hot in here?
I have no idea.
Just have a little drink. Yeah. So, there's a lot of character actors and bit parts in this film. The guys that play JD...
I put my arm...
Okay, let me come right round. How's that? So, the guys who play JD and Brax, I recognise. You got Michael Rooker, who plays a nut job, which is about 90% of his role.
It was so weird how you recognise him, her...
Yeah.
And him. And I was just like, I only recognise her.
Yeah, so you got Michael Rooker, who plays a nut job. That's, again, 90% of his roles. Look forward to seeing him in Black Ops 7. We're not playing Black Ops 7. I will play it in years to come for the channel, but we are not buying it. He's in a lot of James Gunn projects. He was also in The Walking Dead. I didn't mention that. You got Kim Coates, Tig, that's his name, from Sons of Anarchy, as well as Walking Dead, Dead City. Michael Pena, the main guy, Rourke. He's in a lot of bad films, but he's also in Ant-Man. And then they forgot his character existed for like ever. Who else did I recognise? You said her.
Lucy.
Oh.
Lucy Hale.
Well, yeah, we recognise her, but you were like, oh, I recognise him, her. Or you're just saying that as like a...
No, I was saying that is because you were like, oh, I recognise this actor, this actor, this actor, and I was just
You're like, woman from
I only
show.
know one.
I only know her because you watched it,
It's
and
because I'm very limited on what I watch. I'm very awkward.
you would think 160 odd episodes in, you would be recognising more characters, more actors than you do, basically.
You think, but then you watch a lot more wide range stuff as I'm kind of limited. Mine's very minimal.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, I wouldn't even have watched the Us, which I quite enjoyed, because that was a fucking mindfuck.
We watch a lot of mindfuck films, and it's always great listening to you trying to unravel what it is.
The point is that if I weren't with you, I wouldn't have watched that type of film. So
yeah, it's opening your eyes to a lot of things. But
What was the other one we watched that was quite funny? Was it Bullet Train?
Bullet Train's a good film.
I love Bullet Train.
We did that with Morgan. We also did Get Out. That was mindfucky. That wasn't with Morgan.
I don't think I'd want that on DVD. It's interesting to watch, because we're trying to watch all of them up.
Yeah, we've got Nope to go, which we have on DVD. That is to come down the pipeline. There are many films, and we are right next to October, so spooky season is coming. Nope may be one of those films. However, I do have to work, which is a whole another thing. So yeah, this film is about what you would expect from the concept. It's an island that grants people's fantasies. There's nothing too special about the fantasies themselves.
They all sort of interlink with one another.
Yes, because it turns out to be someone's revenge fantasy, which is just... It's basically out of nowhere, let's be honest.
All because of the main character, which will be Lucy. I think she said her name was Melissa. When they did the
Melanie,
when introductions, and her boyfriend died in a fire that was caused by another character.
Gwen, I think. Basically, everyone could have saved her boyfriend, but didn't. This sounds very similar to another film that we've covered, but I can't remember which one. But yeah, it doesn't matter. So it turns out to all be one big revenge fantasy, which is sort of just a bit out of the blue, really. The plot could have just done as is and been like Evil Island that like traps people on there and shit. But instead, like right at the end of the third act, they're like, oh yeah, it's her fantasy that she wants you all dead, and then she just dies. Also, death in this film, holy shit, just does not happen. People die, but they don't stay dead. They turn into these black-eyed, gunky zombies. Unless you're counting the cop's dad's soldiers that for some reason don't come back as zombies. But the dad does.
It's very
Because they make a big point of, like, Kim Coates' character, like, coming back as the black-eyed, gunky zombies. But then the soldiers don't come back, except for the dad. It just sort of... It doesn't matter, but... It doesn't matter for the plot. Clearly. But, yeah, it's... I think there's too many characters in this film, all trying to have their own sort of, like, fantasies play out, you know?
Yeah.
No one really gets the time to shine because it's just everyone's stories are cut into little parts of the film until it's like, oh, they're all connected. But it's... The fantasies are very, like the boys, we just want to party and be, like, powerful for a day.
And I mean as well, like, because on the DVD we have the option for the unrated.
I really don't know what was different.
And now thinking back to it, the kills and one of the actors being shot in the chest, it wasn't any different to the theatre, really.
There was probably some deleted scenes that were thrown in there that were so, like, minute.
For a filler, I mean, there was a little bit of. Well, there wasn't really even gore because that didn't really make my stomach go.
No, it is a 15, but there still wasn't a lot. Most of the kills are just down to gunshots, which is he still didn't even die from being stabbed, if you remember, because he came back and then jumped on the grenade.
But the what was it, Dr. Torture or whatever, got thrown off with
Yeah, and he survived with Michael Rooker.
Oh yeah.
But even then, it's just like they look over the cliff and there's like a faint silhouette of two bodies and some like red around it. It's not even gory then. But yeah, nobody stays dead in this film.
I'm kind of glad that they didn't do a second. There's been no mention of it since. I don't think it's worth it.
I think there's potential for a sequel. I wouldn't say a sequel, more a prequel, where they could go into a bit more of other people's fantasies that were on the island. Because there have been other people there. Or maybe how he discovered the island. But I don't think Michael Pena could lead a movie like that. He's an okay actor, but he doesn't have a lot of emotional range, especially in this. Even when his wife's dying, he doesn't really like... Yeah, minor spoilers for that. When he's saying goodbye to his wife, he doesn't like shed a tear or anything. He just sort of looks at her.
Psychologically, he knows that she's not real.
Yeah, but the whole point is he's there. He stays there to keep his wife alive. You would think if you're saying goodbye to someone you love, you would at least like tear up a bit.
Unless he's done it 100 times already.
Yeah, but still, it doesn't make sense for him to be so flat, but... Yeah.
I still think there's a lot of questions that need answering, but I don't...
They're questions that need answering, but I don't know if we actually need the answers. Like, there are questions that...
I mean, put it this way, the film's a bit like... If all you guys remember the film It Follows and the fact that that's getting a second one...
Oh god, it is, isn't it? I don't know what people loved about that film.
We watched it, didn't we? And we were just like...
We were bored.
It was so slow paced.
Which is...
It's
look...
kind of got the same vibes, I don't know.
I don't mind the odd, slow-paced film as long as it has a payoff, but It Follows just sort of went... It just happened, and there wasn't really anything...
Because it's meant to be a curse for an STI or something, so...
Kind of. It's... We're not talking about that film, we talked about it in the other one, but anyway.
But I'm just...
Yeah.
Because it kind of felt like another It Follows film, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was slow in parts.
You know
but...
how, like, you watch Final Destination, and even that, because, like, once you've watched the film, you can watch the background.
Yeah.
And you still get grossed out to this day. That's how you know a film's done a good job, is when a whole generation has got a fear of fucking log trucks.
The log truck. We covered that very recently, if you want to watch that, but yeah. I don't think we'll ever get a Final Destination-esque impact on the world. Like, no one... We're not going to get another whole generation scared of log trucks like we did with...
What's the new thing? Glass, isn't it?
Glass.
MRI.
MRIs, yeah. Again, that's another review I've already done. But, yeah. I think this film could have been more interesting in regards to the fantasies. But instead it's just like, dudes want to party. The guy being a soldier kind of It didn't make sense originally that he just wanted to join the army, and that was the fantasy he chose. He wanted to go off and possibly die, but the island made it so he would meet his dad. And then it was like, the woman wanted to just simply go back and marry the man she said no to. But it wasn't interesting. We could have had some more... just... unique fantasies that were a bit more like this film is set up to be bizarre. It had the opportunity to do some really weird shit with people's fantasies, but they just went with a boring, like... It's meant to be what you desire the most, and they chose... I guess the one who wanted to marry the man that she said no to makes sense. This is what she desired the most. But then it's also... You mean to tell me these two dudes just wanted to party, and that was their biggest desire ever? And the biggest desire for the soldier guy was to join the army. Surely you've got bigger ambitions than just want to join the army and possibly get shot. Like, it's... And the idea of Michael Rooker's character just being there, this film could have done without him and it wouldn't have changed a thing. Because nobody stays dead except for him, pretty much. He basically gives them away off the island, which gets ruined anyway by an RPG that can somehow lock onto a moving plane. It just baffles me. It's not a terrible film. Everyone does a good job with their acting parts for the most part, but it's still a lot of missed opportunities to make this more interesting, and not just another forgettable, like, mindfuck film, you know? It's just a bit shit.
Yeah, a bit.
A little bit.
I have to agree.
It's not the worst film, but it's not a good film either, you know? It's kind of a background noise film. You put it on, you review it for YouTube, and then you just forget about it, basically.
Really got any drag to it.
Yeah, we've covered many of them films where it's like, yeah, we did it. Okay, moving on to a film we like. We've got to get into the spooky spirit soon. It's my turn next. Am I going to pick obscure random nonsense? Or am I going to pick... I think I know what I want to do next.
I'm going to cancel Prime next month, guys, to save you from all the weird films.
I've got weird films on DVD. I've got a lot of horror stuff. And I also have a very, very special Halloween film to do. It's not a bad film.
I dread it because you keep what was it? You found these are the weird films he's found so far: a killer sofa, or a sofa with teeth.
It's an armchair as well, even though it's called a killer sofa.
There was a film he made me watch about a killer penis.
Yep, one-eyed monster. There was The Stuff, which was the killer ice cream.
That was another weird one. And then there was...
I like it because everyone has heard of Halloween and Freddy Krueger.
I know, I'm not saying you find the most weird, bizarre shit.
If I'm being honest, blame Dead Meat.
Like
Dead Meat exposes me to this shit, and I'm like, oh my god.
Someone made a film about a killer sofa, and then didn't you say there was one about vagina teeth?
A vagina with teeth called Teeth, yes.
But then, like, the penis one?
The penis...
Where he's just walking around, just a penis on his arm?
Yep, a penis using his balls as legs. Anyway, yeah, I like to pick these films because it keeps things interesting.
I don't know how you find them.
Everyone's
Dead
Meat. He's just like, I've got some obscure shit. He's got films called Killer Bong.
But didn't we find a Halloween one? Sorry. And then you were like, that would be a funny one.
Possibly. Rather than entertaining, I think what's going to be funny. I don't think, what's a film we're going to enjoy? I think, what's a film we can make fun of for 20 minutes or whatever? That's what I'd like to do. I don't want to do the Michael Myers, the Freddy Krueger, the Ghostface.
No, I know that.
I like to mix them in with weird shit that no one's ever heard of for a laugh.
Not only they are very, very...
They are bad. They are bad films.
Bad.
But that's why it's funny to watch them.
Because what was that one you found on Prime that was fucking... Was it fucking Goldilocks?
Yeah.
That was bad.
I think I literally went, I'm not...
Don't even watch it because the audio doesn't
There's one of your diamonds
match
back.
up with the film.
I can't even remember if I went, I'm not using this as my main pick. I probably didn't.
No, I think that was Goldilocks. Yeah, that was the...
Anyway, this has dragged on long enough. We are talking about stuff that isn't even the film. I need to rest my voice because I'm going to start having a coughing fit. And it's 11:30 anyway. So yeah, good grief. Let's see what random shit I can find. I've got some good ones, not just random crap. But yeah, I open your host as ever, joined by the Obsidian Nook once more, whose links you can hopefully find in the description. I got told I'm locked out of advanced features and can't post links in the description anymore without putting my ID in there. Oh, I can't even have a wank now. Because the government won't let me, and now I can't put description links in. Anyway, I've been your host as ever, Pubman8. Thank you ever so much for listening, and we will see you next time for some random bullshit.